Welcome to At the Table,
where we are connecting entrepreneurs, discovering missions, and building communities with purpose, body, soul, mind, and business with
Charlie
and Heather.
with Women in Leadership.
I have no idea. Check the speakers, make sure we have sound. Yetis.
Coming out of the microphone.
That's not helpful.
Hello and good morning. Welcome back to the table. I'm Charlie.
And I'm Heather. And together we love to come together for Mindset Monday, reading these books and growing our minds and choosing and deciding how we show up every freaking week. It's fabulous.
It's choosing and deciding what you are going to do and how you're going to show up in the world every day is super important. And we get to do that for ourselves as much as we do for everybody else. And honestly, we should do it more for ourselves than we do for everybody else.
And
right?
I think
show up in
that's
the world for you.
A really good point of what we're doing today with these books. I love
the books we are reading right now is The Mastery of Love by Don Miguel Ruiz and For Your Self-Care by Minda Zetlin.
These books are phenomenal.
Right.
Absolutely phenomenal. Are we starting with The Mastery of Love?
Yes, I feel like that's a really good place to start this week. We're in chapter 9 of both books this week, and in The Mastery of Love, it's chapter 9 is about the Divine Huntress, and they tell the story of Artemis and Hercules, and
Artemis hunting Hercules instead of caring about and loving in the forest. And the forest felt it.
Yep.
And it's like we can all get focused on that wrong thing very easily.
Right.
That's outside of ourselves and outside of our control that causes the grief cycle. Like there was so much in the story as I was reading it. I was like, oh,
I did.
right. Yeah. And I like how in the end she realizes that she was looking outside herself, looks inside herself, and then she makes amends and
apologizes to every flower, every blade of the grass, every animal in the forest in order to make amends for her wrongdoing.
And to feel her love again, like to feel like her again.
Right. And I feel like that goes really well with part of like AA's like 12-step process is like you go and you apologize to everyone you may have hurt along the way through your non-sobriety.
Right. The things that happened.
The things that happened, right? And it goes really, really well with, creating these positive habits for ourselves.
Yes. And having that habit of looking into yourself. I really liked the part because they talk about it like a parasite. Like you always have the parasite of that itty bitty shitty committee on the inside.
Yeah. And how do you fight against that?
And
the more you fight against the itty bitty shitty committee in your head, right?
Yeah.
The weaker it gets and the stronger you get.
Yes. Right? So say that again. The more you fight the itty bitty shitty committee in your head, the weaker
the parasite gets and the stronger you get.
And I like that because that's the way of the warrior. Fighting those demons inside ourselves is the way of the warrior, right?
Right.
You talk about being a determined warrior, and I see that in all aspects of your life.
Right.
And I was like, oh, that's totally awesome. When I was reading this, I was like, I see Charlie's I see their little emblem in my head, like the Charlie, like Wonder Woman symbol, right? But it's Charlie symbol.
Wonder Woman symbology has been all over my feed this weekend.
Oh, interesting.
Which is really, really interesting. And then another thing that came up for me over the weekend was that this itty bitty shitty committee was wrong over the weekend. I have been working with a couple different healers. I have a massage therapist. I've been doing all kinds of things to clear the energy in me. And then I've also been working on my CEO mindset. And I'm glad it was the weekend because man, I was processing some stuff.
You're right.
I was processing some really heavy stuff, and I feel like I feel really a lot better now. But I was like fighting against the itty bitty shitty committee about me. I'm worthy of being the CEO of our business, and what that looks like for me, and what do I want to do so that I feel good when I show up every day as the CEO, and what will help me, what can I do for myself first thing in the morning that will help me be my best self and show up as my best self every day.
You keep like leveling up your self-care game.
Yeah. Well, years ago I learned that I need to do my self-care not just for me but for those around me. So I can continue to show up as my best self every day. I can continue to be a good mom. I can continue to be a good wife.
So we're just going to go right into the next book. Right. And we're talking about mentorship. So I think that this is great because watching you lead the way, you can see how that is like a mentorship, just watching you do that, right? Watching you choose to get up early and take the time for yourself. Watching you choose to always make sure you're scheduling your next appointment for your hair and your nails and your massage
before you leave.
Like these are things that you do, and that's what we're talking about. And this is looking into yourself to see where you want to grow. What are you already good at, and what do you want to improve on? Right.
And different types of mentorship.
Yes. So awesome, because I mean, I like she says it in here, like so many of us could say it was the mentor, it was the person that showed me how to do it this way, that gave me the strength to get through this moment. We have a mutual mentor that my favorite one is like, when I looked at her, I was like, how the hell do I walk away from this situation? She goes, watch me. And she's got her heels on and she just turns around and struts away. I was like, oh, that's powerful. Follow suit. Like, right. Like, okay, like I can do, holding space for someone else to learn how to do the things that you're already good at.
Yeah.
That's the mentorship. That's like,
it's so cool.
It is.
It is cool.
It is cool.
And I think it's really cool that a mentor does not have to be someone older and wise, like older than you. A mentor could be someone younger than you. It depends on what you want to learn. One of the things that I have been learning, even from my own children, is how to think about things in a different way. And see things not necessarily through their eyes, but with a different mindset, right?
The perspective piece, right?
Piece.
Instead of being so honed in on just the piece that we're looking at,
right?
Stepping back and seeing it the way they're telling us about it. Gosh, I learned a lot. I learn a lot that way. And I know that watching all of our kids become adults is amazing, because we're seeing them have these conversations or look at things in ways that we wouldn't have, and I love that we have those kinds of conversations with our kids, and we don't just say you have to do it this way, you're just this way, and you're just right. We don't just
them.
Yeah.
But then we also work really hard to explain things to them from our point of view. Right. Like, and it's not just like that with our kids. It's like that with each other, with our coworkers, with our team, with our communities. We have so many people with so many amazing experiences to learn from. So if you go into a relationship, with someone, you know, a mentoring relationship. You know, it could be because you want to learn something from them. But everybody that you encounter, you can learn something from.
I'm thinking of our friend that does the craft show, the craft.
Dina,
Yes.
Craft and Craft.
Yes. Thank
Dina,
you.
shout out.
So she talks about how she'll do these craft shows and she always is learning something from the people that are there.
Yeah.
Right? Because she's either learning a new technique or they, you know, mentor her on something that she had no idea, right? But just being open to that situation and that this isn't the only way to do it, craft, right? Like that's what's so fun about crafting is there's no one way to do it. You don't have to do it just like the person next to you.
Right.
And so you can apply different techniques and do it how you want. So I guess I was thinking of that. Just shout out to Dina. We miss you.
I feel like that's a lot of our different relationships that we form when we are building businesses and things like that. It's like, you know, we can learn from each other, right? Heather and I are on the board for the Marysville Police Foundation, which is our cause of the quarter. Everybody in that room I could learn something from.
Oh yeah, that was
right. But I know that everybody in that room could learn something from me too.
Yeah. We all had value.
We all had value.
Everyone brought it to the table, right? Like just like here, we all have the value.
We all do.
And so we got to chill that parasite, the itty bitty shitty committee, and then find a mentor, be a mentor.
It's have more than one mentor at a time.
Yeah.
And a mentor could be, you know, you could just have specific questions for the specific person because you want to know how they got to where they're at or whatever the case may be. And you just offer to take them out to coffee to have a conversation, you know, and it could be a one-time deal or maybe it's a regular thing. I mean, it kind of depends on what you're looking for. Another thing she talks about is finding people both inside and outside your organization in the same kind of world of work that you work in, because different companies and things do things different ways and you can really bounce ideas off of each other in that way. Like I really feel like when we actually sit down with some of our media friends, sky's the limit, right?
We lose our minds, like because you're in your zone of genius,
right?
And when you're talking in your zone of genius,
you totally get to nerd out.
Oh my gosh, so that's the best, right? So don't be afraid. It's not competition. Remember abundance and all the things that we've worked on. That's what it's about.
Your mentors should have a similar mindset to you.
Yeah.
Right. If they're not in that abundance mindset and they think that you're competing with them, that's not a good fit.
Yeah, then you're mentoring them and you know maybe that's where you need to be, but you know, making sure you're clear on that as you go into it.
And then just knowing, you know, maybe you have an idea on what you want to be mentored on. Find somebody in that specific area, right? And you could do that for other people. Because the best way to learn something is to teach someone else how to do it. The best way to really learn something is to teach someone else how to do it. Which is why we have Social Media Wednesdays, which is rebranding to Digital Discovery Wednesdays next quarter. And there's going to be so much more stuff. So
we love what we do, and teaching it has opened up a lot of doors, and knowing how much we know about these things, a little crazy sometimes.
Sometimes it's mind blowing. Like we work in this world and we're in this world all the time. So sometimes we forget that other people don't know these things. And it just boggles, like it blows our mind the amount of stuff that we actually know how to do when we actually sit down to,
do things and help people.
Or I think I can help you with that. Let's take a look kind of situation, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yes. I really like the activities in this week. Making lists. Your first list is your wish list. She can include things like your next job or promotion you'd like to have, projects, and then
the second list is like you pick your top 5 things and then you like fine tune it, right? For each of those, you add the name of one or more people who could help you get to where you want to be from your first list, right?
So stair step it, right?
Stair step it, right? What's my next step? Who do I need to talk to get to that next level? And if you are open to receiving, if your doors are open and you're open to receiving and you put it out to the universe and you've done the work, and that right person, that right mentor is going to show up in your life. You won't have to look for them. They will find you.
Yeah. When you're that clear, it's pretty amazing watching it happen.
Yeah.
So
it's pretty cool. We actually had this conversation with our business partner, John. It's like, we manifested you. Like,
we said we need someone who does this, and they're going to have to be able to do this with us and do that with us, and
and get our mindset and understand where we're at in life and all these things, and he really gets it.
And so then we get really excited, and then it's like the day I met Charlie and we really started connecting, and I'm laying on the yoga room floor.
You get it. You understand.
You understand the things.
And it's just really having a mentor, being a mentor, I feel is just super important for your own personal growth as well as your business growth, right? Because without knowing what that next step is.
Well, and it can be in your career, it can be, cooking, it could be parenting. We have a friend that has a set of twins, and she has a mentor that has a set of twins that's graduated, right? Looking like, okay, she's got my life, I can do this. I did that too with our out of box kiddos. I look to those moms that have successfully raised out of the box kids in my community, that are doing the things I like to do, doing the things I want to be doing, running their business.
But did you have to go look for them?
I did not. And that was like,
these are the people I need in my life to
I didn't even realize how much I needed that at that moment because of with everything going on, but
it keeps happening. Right?
It keeps happening, and it gets to be easy.
It does.
This is why we come together on Mondays. Choose, decide. It's fabulous.
Be awesome.
Because you already are.
You already are awesome.
Yeah. You're already awesome.
You're already enough. We love you. Thank you for joining us for this week's Mindset Monday. Go ahead and pick up your copy of the book and stay tuned for our Cause of the Quarter. Namaste.
Mwah.
We take the mystery and pain out of social media consistency for your business, giving you back time to shine in your zone of genius. Social media is the new branding. It deserves its own attention, thought, and effort. Yet so few businesses actually take this seriously and invest enough time on their strategy. We can do it for you at an affordable rate that will fit into your budget and allow you to pursue other revenue channels as well. The hardest part of social media management is keeping up the consistency to be seen and know what to post, when to post. Are you ready to have everything ready to go for you, saving you time and energy by not having to do it all yourself? Still getting your message out so that people get to know you, like you, and develop trust while opening yourself up to more time for the business of your business where you shine. Working with Women in Leadership, BSMB LLP, is a unique experience that bridges the gap from face-to-face to virtual relationship marketing. Not only do we love to help you shine on social media, we love to share tools to help you grow with us, body, soul, mind, and business. Check out our podcast and YouTube channel for Mindset Mondays, Social Media Training Wednesdays, business interviews and special topics on Fridays, and weekly readings on Sundays. To schedule your consultation or podcast interview, head to our website, www.womeninleadershipbsmb.com. Our weekly readings on Sunday, our podcast, Mindset Monday, social media training with Heather on Wednesdays, guest interviews, and special topics on Fridays. Thank you for joining us. Find out more and schedule with us online at www.womeninleadershipbsmb.com, where you have a spot at the table. Thank you for joining in on the fun. Be sure to like and subscribe for more.